A Ghost Pepper Raspberry Kettle Sour. This is a beer that was sent in to us from a viewer, and it's brewed a little differently than we do a lot of our sours, and so this is going to be really fun to break this down and tell you what he did and figure out what it tastes like.
While Peter is pouring this beer, we're going to break down the recipe for you. We got some Pilsen malts for the base malt in there, a little bit of acid malt, which is always a great choice for any beer and water chem, but to bump that sourness up a little bit on there. White wheat, clear candy sugar. Yeah, it looks like he added raspberries in at high Krausen. That's pretty darn cool. I'm kind of excited about this. He's got some Vic Secret hops, Southern Passion, and Hallertau Blanc. And all these hops are coming in the end, so it's almost like a hazy hop schedule in there. With all those hops, that should be super fruity, along with the raspberries really kind of punching that white wininess coming out of there. And the granulated ghost pepper, 1 teaspoon for 36 hours. Yeah, I'm excited about this. No, smells great. I mean, raspberry.
And you get fruitiness from the hops too. So all the hops, the Vic Secret, I always call it Victoria's Secret because, you know, in my heart, I'm a teenage boy.
That's right.
That was the Flame Out edition. And then there's Southern Passion and Hallertau Blanc in the dry hop. It's a 3-day dry hop, so it's going to be more on that bright side, but that white wininess should come through. And then the ground ghost pepper was added, looks like 36 hours before packaging. Total ABV on this came out to 7.53%, and so it's relatively boozy, probably partly from the raspberries that were added. But yeah, a lot of that kind of white winey notes, leaning into a little bit more of those tropical citrus tones, like passion fruit, definitely coming through. All these hops are not known for being those juicy mega bombs like Mosaic or something like that.
Yeah.
They're very delicate. Which is really hard to balance out in a beer like this where you got a lot of other flavors going on, but I think this worked out well.
Taste. Wow. There is a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It goes through several transitions. My mouth is watering right now. Because a little bit because of the heat, but a lot of that nice pucker in there.
The heat's really good, honestly.
It's beautiful. It's the right kind of heat. It's underlaying in there. It doesn't take away from any of the other flavors. And there's some hot beers that do.
Yeah.
Crime and Punishment from Stone. Punishment is punishment. Try that beer if you get a chance, but oh my God, it hurts. And that's one of those beers, you drink it, it hurts, and you can no longer taste the beer. And while that's fine, I like that underlaying heat better. It makes you want to drink more.
I also like the fact that because it's a ground ghost pepper, it actually comes through as like more of a white pepper floral kind of quality. Whereas if you use something like an Anaheim or like a jalapeno or something like that, you expect some vegetal quality to go along with the heat in the pepper. So I think that floral quality of this pepper gives that heat, but it's not like the overall pungent, flavorful heat. It's that nice direct heat with a little bit of that floral quality that kind of leans into all the hops that are in here.
On fermentation on this, Nick did not actually send us what yeast that he used, but he did give us the information that he put it on lacto at 90 degrees for 36 hours.
So we don't know what strain of lacto. I'm guessing it's maybe Plantarum. I know that's the upper end of Plantarum. Plantarum can go like 90 all the way down to like room temperature and still be pretty neutral. But he didn't say what kind of lactose, so we're not going to speculate too much on that. It doesn't say specifically, but because there is a flame out addition, I'm assuming after the 90 degree for 36-hour lacto fermentation, he went ahead and brought that baby up to a boil just for a hot second, killed the heat, and then started adding hops in, which I think is a good way to do it.
Exactly. You kill that lacto off, you're still getting it up high enough that when you do that flame out addition, you're hitting that nice sweet spot of around 180 degrees to pull all the good num flavors from the hops.
Yeah, and I'm guessing he used some sort of a German ale strain. There's a couple different options you can do with yeast at this point, but the German ale is going to be really acid tolerant, and so it's kind of the go-to. Although a lot of yeasts will still work in that point.
We like to use German ale from that. Also being that it is the yeast is kind of powdery in here. That I lean towards German ale too.
Yeah.
We could speculate all day.
Right.
But German ale is really great for it, really acid tolerant, provides some great fruity flavors as well.
And then raspberries added at high Krausen, so that's a really good time to add the raspberries just in general because it's a good time to open up the vessel, make sure that oxygen's getting purged out of there because of active fermentation. And you're also adding another sugar source when the yeast are already active, so you're going to make sure that you get what you want out of the raspberries and not any extra sweetness that you don't expect.
Yeah. I will also say at high Krausen, that kind of minimizes your chance of infection, too.
Yeah.
If you're using fresh raspberries or something like that, because the yeast is so strong at that point, it's going to outcompete everything else, which is awesome. And, the ghost pepper at 36 hours, I don't know if that's actually going to get more extraction if it lasts for longer, but we have found on some of these things that the short extraction times are better.
Yeah.
Because they'll pull softer flavors, more complete flavors without starting to pull tannins or harsh vegetal flavors from different things. Being at 7.5% alcohol is kind of nice, a little bit higher than you would expect for most sours. But I think that actually plays into some sweetness as well as some body viscosity. Alcohol itself is a little bit sweet. It's a little bit thinner than what water would be. But because of that, the sourness in here, I think it spreads across your palate a little bit better.
And a little bit of the booziness actually will kind of lend into expressing that pepper kind of floral quality, that pepper brightness. Now, on top of the fact that you got heat in itself, and alcohol is a unique solvent in that while it can carry heat very well and deliver that heat to your palate, that capsaicin spice, it also serves to get rid of it faster.
On that same note, though, hops will intensify heat. So having all of those hops in there can help carry that pepper quality across as well, too, while having that little bit of higher alcohol can help flush it away faster and not have it hang on.
I do know that capsaicin is also a base, and so there's kind of a unique play with everything going on there. You've got the extra aggression that comes from the hops playing on it. You've got the acidity, maybe counteracting the capsaicin alkalinity. And then you've got alcohol acting as a dual-purpose solvent. Capsaicin is a very long-chain molecule. It is fat-soluble, and so a good solvent can actually start to break that down a little bit more, where water does not at all. I'll be honest, the more I drink it and the faster I drink it, the more it starts to build, but it never gets to like an unpleasant level.
No.
The heat kind of stays right below that yeah, it's there. It's nice. If you breathe really nice, you get a hot breath, a little bit of dragon's breath, but it's not like really spicy.
No. He did give it to us, so we do want to throw it out there. Nick threw one of his cards in, if you can zoom in on your screen. Panhandle
Hydroponics and homebrew.
Ugh.
That sounds like a winning combination, if I'm quite honest.
Fun place to go visit.
Yeah.
So if you are in West Virginia, anywhere near Martinsburg, definitely go hit him up. He's making some delicious beers. Means he's probably got a good handle on all of his ingredients in there too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks, Nick. That's
Appreciate
pretty
it.
awesome.
This is a really fantastic beer. We enjoyed breaking it down in front of camera. If you learned a little bit during this video, please subscribe to the channel because we want to be able to do more of this. Hopefully we did justice to this recipe breakdown. We had to guess at some things in terms of what happened in the actual brew day. But hopefully it was educational for all of you watching at home, and hopefully it was fun for you to watch Nick. Instagrams are cool.
Cool. Yeah. Follow us. Hashtag Genusratemybeer. Send it in to us. We'll do this with it. And get inspired to do something different, unique, and delicious.
Raspberry Ghost Pepper Kettle Sour. Fantastic beer. Try it at home. Let us know what you do. And we'll see you on the next recipe breakdown and/or next episode of whatever we do. And this is when we put our glasses up and then also end the video. That way I can drink. Yeah.